Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, all. This is Dr. Mahesh from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. Okay, so this class is organized for MBA Semester 2 students in the subject of Corporate Finance. Today we are going to discuss from Unit 2, Chapter number 9, Capital Budgeting. Among the three categories of capital projects, the third type of capital project, mutually exclusive situation or mutually exclusive proposals. Okay. So in this case, the company will have two project opportunities. Okay. And the company has to evaluate both the proposals and decide which proposal to accept. As the funds will be limited, the company will not be able to accept both the project. Okay. So if you remember, very humorously I explained you the meaning of single proposal, replacement situation, and mutually exclusive proposals. So I used to tell in the class, if you remember. So if you love a girl or a boy, you want to marry him or her, and your parents want to arrange for your marriage, so it will be arranged marriage. So you have to choose anyone, you cannot choose both. So either you have to choose the person whom you love, or you have to choose the person whom your parents are planning to marry you. Okay, so that way, in case of mutually exclusive proposals, the selection of one proposal precludes the choice of others. The calculation of cash outflows and inflows are in lines similar to the replacement situation. Okay, so I repeat again. So let us say in the previous case study example, so a company will have two proposals or two projects to invest in. So let us say project X and project Y, or machine X and machine Y. The company can purchase any one, either X or either Y. So in mutually exclusive proposals, we evaluate both the proposals, and the proposal with the highest net present value is accepted at the cost of the other proposal. So this was simple. So let's go ahead with the case study problem from textbook. So I read out the problem. So this problem was circulated to you earlier. I asked you to read and come prepared. So a company is considering two mutually exclusive proposals, X and Y. Proposal X will require the purchase of machine X for 1,50,000 rupees with no salvage value, but an increase in the level of working capital to the tune of 50,000 over its life. The project will generate additional sales of 1,30,000 rupees and require cash expenses of 30,000 rupees in each of the 5 years in its life. Proposal Y will require the purchase of machine Y for 2,50,000 rupees with no salvage value and additional working capital of 70,000 rupees. The project is expected to generate additional sales of 2 lakh rupees with cash expenses aggregating to 50,000 rupees. Both machines are subject to return down value method of depreciation at the rate of 20%. Assuming the company does not have any other asset in the block of 20%, has 12% cost of capital, would have sufficient short-term capital gains in year 5, and is subject to 35% tax. Advise which machine it should purchase. Okay. So this is one part of the problem, and the problem is slightly extended with the salvage values of machines X and Y, so which we are not going to consider in this case. Okay. Now, okay, so we'll begin with evaluating proposal X. So it is simple. If you remember, cash outflows, okay, and the amount. Okay, so it includes cost of the machine of machine X is 1,50,000 rupees. Okay, so we'll begin once again. So we'll find out the net present value of proposal X first. So first let us go ahead to the cash outflows. Cost of the machine is 1,50,000 rupees. To that you add additional working capital required, which is 50,000 rupees. So initial cash outlay or initial investment or cash outflow is 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so this is simple. Then cash flows after taxes and the net present value. So the incremental sales revenue which will be generated by machine X is 1,30,000 rupees each year. So less cash expenses 30,000 rupees. So incremental cash profit before taxes is 1 lakh rupees. So this is the taxable amount. So charge the less the tax or reduce the tax at 35%. So 35% of 1 lakh rupees is 35,000. So the cash flows after taxes are 65,000. So since each year the cash flows are going to remain same 1,30,000. Okay. So here we are using the PV factor from table A4. Okay. The present value of annuity. I repeat, since each year the incremental cash revenues are going to be same 1,30,000 rupees. So to convert the future value into present value, we are going to consider the present value factor of annuity from table A4. Okay. So this is the matter of present value of annuity. So from table A4, if we refer, 12% is the cost of capital. So from 12% interest column, fifth year row. Okay, so if we consider the present value factor is 3.605. So if you multiply the 65,000 into 3.605, we get the present value of the annuity, which is 2,34,325. Okay, so this is the present value of annuity, 2,34,325. So this is the first form of cash inflows to the company. There are other cash inflows which we are going to calculate. So I'll take the questions after evaluation of proposal X. Then the second type of cash inflow is tax savings due to depreciation. I repeat, tax savings due to depreciation. Okay. Now, the machines are subject to, okay, so if you remember, yeah, both the machines are subject to return down value method of depreciation at the rate of 20%. Okay, and it has 12% cost of capital, which we considered in table A4, present value of annuity 12% column. So the depreciation method is return down value method, and the rate of depreciation is 20%, same on both the assets. So now, so after calculating the present value of machine X, okay, so we're moving on to the second type of cash inflows, which are tax savings due to depreciation. So year one, okay, the cost of the machine, okay, is 1,50,000. I hope you remember. Cost of machine X is 1,50,000 rupees, and 20% of 1,50,000 is 30,000 rupees. So I repeat, 20% of 1,50,000 is 30,000 rupees. Okay. So in same way, so since it's the reducing balance method or written down value method, when we calculate the depreciation amount for second year, we deduct the amount of depreciation of first year from the cost of the machine X. So 1,50,000 minus 30,000 is equal to 1,20,000. 1,20,000 is the written down value of machine X at the beginning of year 2. So 20% of 1,20,000 is 24,000 rupees. So same way on written down value method, we go on calculating the amount of depreciation each year. So for year 3, it is 19,200. For year 4, it is 15,360. Okay. Then the tax savings. So tax is 35%. So if you remember, so tax rate is 35%. I show it once again. Subject to tax of 35%. So what is not paid is savings. So 35% tax on 30,000 rupees not paid. Okay, so as the depreciation is a non-cash cost and it has the tax benefit, okay, it has the cash benefit. So from while calculating tax, depreciation amount is not included in the taxable income. So whatever is saved is tax savings. So 35% of 30,000 rupee tax not paid is tax saved 10,500 rupees. 35% of 24,000 tax not paid is amount saved 8,400 rupees. So 35% of 19,200 tax not paid, hence saved 6,720. Same way 35% of 15,360 is 5,376 rupees. These all are tax savings. So these are going to, okay, these are the cash inflows or tax savings over a period of 4 years. So we need to convert them to their present value. Okay. So since each amount is different, here we are going to consider table A3. Okay. Since each, okay. So since each amount is different each year, we are going to consider table A3, present value of single cash flow. So by referring table A3, 12% column, first year row, the present value factor is 0.893. So by referring table A3, 12% column, second year row, the corresponding PV factor is 0.797. Similarly, by referring the table A3, 12% column and third year row, the present value factor is 0.712. Same way, fourth year, the present value factor is 0.636. So when we multiply 10,500 into 0.893, the present value we get is 9,377. Similarly, the present value of tax savings in the year 2 are 6,695. The present value of tax savings of year 3 are 4,785. The present value of tax savings of year 4 are 3,419 rupees. So if we total it, the present value of total tax savings, which is a cash inflow for the company, are 24,276 rupees. So this is the second type of cash inflow for the company. The third type of cash inflow for the company is present value of tax savings on short-term capital loss. So I repeat, The third type of cash inflow for the company is tax savings on short-term capital loss. So let us see what is the short-term capital loss. Okay. Okay. So here it is written directly 61,440 rupees. So I will explain how we arrive at 61,440 rupees. So please remember, cost of machine X is 1,50,000 rupees. I repeat, cost of machine X is 1,50,000 rupees. Okay. And the total amount of depreciation was 88,560 rupees. So if we deduct the total amount of depreciation, which is 88,560 from the cost of machine 1,50,000, the balance what we get is 61,440 rupees, which is nothing but written down value of machine X at the beginning of year 5. So I repeat, if we deduct the total amount of depreciation 88,560 rupees from cost of the machine 1,50,000 rupees, the difference amount what we get is written down value of machine X, which is 61,440. In the problem, since there is no salvage value, it means written down value is greater than salvage value. Hence, there is a short-term capital loss. So on this loss, okay, the company can carry up to 5 years. So that year the company is not going to pay tax on 61,440 rupees. So the tax rate is 0.35. That is 35%. Okay, of tax saved is rupee earned for the company. So if we convert this to its present value, so this is going to happen. Okay, so in year 5, so this is going to happen in year 5. So if you consider table A3, present value of single cash flow, 12% column, 5th year row, the corresponding value is 0.567. So by multiplying 61,440 into 0.35 into 0.567, we get the present value of tax savings on short-term capital loss. Okay. So then this is the third type of cash inflow for the company. Then fourth one, recovery of working capital or release of working capital. So in the problem, it was mentioned that for machine X, 50,000 rupees required in the form of additional working capital. So in the terminal layer of the machine, this working capital has to be recovered, and since it is going to be recovered in 5th year, it has to be converted to its present value. So since it is single cash flow, we consider table A3, present value of single cash flow. 12% column, 5th year row, the present value factor is 0.567. When we multiply, we get the present value of recovery of working capital as 28,350. So totally we calculated 4 different types of cash inflows for the company on account of machine X or proposal X. They included net present value of machine X 2,34,325, present value of tax savings due to depreciation 24,276, then present value of tax savings on short-term capital loss 12,193, and present value of recovery of working capital 28,350. So once we add all the 4 cash inflows, so we get the total 2,99,144 rupees. So I repeat, the total amount is 2,99,144 rupees. And the total cash outflows were 2 lakh rupees, which we calculated in the beginning of the problem. I'll show it once again. So this is the initial investment or total cash outflow over 2 lakh rupees. So we deduct, okay, the total cash inflows from the total cash outflows, 2 lakh rupees. So difference amount is 99,144 rupees. This is the net present value of machine X. So I repeat, this is net. Okay, when we deduct the total present value of total cash inflows, 2,99,000 rupees 144 from the total cash outflows, the difference amount what we get is 99,144 rupees. It is the positive. So the net present value of machine X is 99,144 rupees. Okay. So now I'm going to pause. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to mute you all. So if you have any questions, okay, please ask. Only those students who have question, okay, unmute yourself. And after clarifying the doubt, remember to mute your audio again. Other students, please do not disturb.
Sir.
Yes.
Hello. So your voice is not clear.
Throughout the 15 minutes or only a few moments?
Well, like this, like for 5 minutes, whatever you taught for the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
Your sound is breaking, sir. We are not getting clear voice.
So
Can you
last
explain that after that short term capital loss is there? No?
Okay.
After showing the loss.
Okay. So after this short-term capital loss.
After the third step.
Fourth
After
one?
third step, sir.
Fourth one.
Yeah, sir. Fourth one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to mute you all then. Okay. So the fourth type of cash inflow is a recovery of working capital or release of working capital. So if you remember at the beginning of the problem, it was mentioned for, okay, machine X, okay. So for proposal X or machine X, okay, working capital to the tune of 50,000 is required. So it is additional working capital required in case of proposal X. Okay. So initially it becomes part of the total cash outlay or total cash outflows. Hence it is added to the cost of machine, and the total cash outflows or initial investment becomes 2 lakh rupees. So this 50,000 rupees which is added to the cash outflow initially in the first year has to be recovered in the terminal year. We have done the same in case of previous two types of projects. So in the fifth year, this 50,000 additional working capital was recovered. Since it is in the fifth year, it has to be converted into its present value. So since it is a single cash flow, we are going to consider present value of single cash flow, table A3, 12% interest column, fifth year row. The corresponding present value factor is 0.567. So when we multiply that with 50,000, we get the present value of release of working capital or recovery of working capital, which is 28,350. Okay, so I hope then we add all the four types of cash inflows. So the total cash inflows are 2,99,144. We deduct the total cash outflows 2 lakh rupees. The difference amount is 99,144 rupees, which is net present value of machine X. Okay, so I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. So voice is breaking down a lot.
Okay, only during that time. See, other
yes, sir. Like,
but the remaining time it was good, right?
Yes, sir. Like last like almost like 5 to 10 minutes, whatever.
Okay.
No, sir, that was full to
Okay, no problem. No,
disturbance.
I will take care. I will take care. So other students, any questions?
Guys, please mute your mics.
Okay, those students who don't have questions, please mute your audio. Those
So
students
PV
who do
of
not,
saving on
yeah,
STC level.
yeah, please ask the question.
So the third part I didn't get it.
Okay. This one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go.
Okay, see, this is the present value of tax savings on short-term capital loss. Okay. Okay, so this is the third type of cash inflow for the company, tax savings on short-term capital loss. So you have to recall the PowerPoint slide which I explained during the class, okay, before the lockdown. So what is short-term capital loss? If the written down value is greater than the total amount of depreciation or salvage value, sorry, if the written down value of the asset is greater than the salvage value, we call it short-term capital loss. I repeat, if the written down value of the asset is greater than salvage value, in that case it is short-term capital loss. So first we'll determine in this case whether there is short-term capital loss. So how we do it? Okay. First thing is, this is the total amount of depreciation. Okay, this is the total amount of depreciation, 88,560. When we deduct 88,560 from the cost of the machine, 1,50,000 rupees, the difference amount what we get is 61,440. So I repeat, when we deduct the total amount of depreciation 88,560 rupees from cost of the machine 1,50,000 rupees, okay, so we get written down value of machine X, which is 61,440 rupees, minus salvage value. So remember, in the problem they have mentioned there is no salvage value. Okay. See, both the machines, okay, both the machines, no salvage value. Even machine X also, no salvage value, means it is 0. No salvage value means it is 0. So, written down value of the asset, 61,440 minus 0. Salvage value is 0. So, definitely written down value is greater than salvage value. Hence, the entire amount becomes short-term capital loss. So on this short-term capital loss, the company need not pay taxes. So what is not paid is saved. So 35% of 61,440 is not paid as tax. Hence it becomes part of the cash inflow. So 35% of 61,440 tax saved multiplied by the present value factor in year 5. So since it is a single cash flow, we consider, okay, present value of single cash flow table, table A3, 12% column. Why 12%? Because it is given in the problem, 12% cost of capital, 12% cost of capital. So table A3, 12% column, then year 5. Okay, so this is in the terminal year, 5th year. So year 5 row, the corresponding value is 0.567. When you multiply both, you get 12,193 rupees, which is present value of tax savings on short-term capital loss. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Okay. Whether the question is clear? Sorry, answer is clear?
So can we just go and log into that 4 o'clock class? because the remaining time is only 3 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
Like, or else if someone asks doubts again, it will break down in between.
Right.
So
Okay.
like better we'll join that.
Or we'll try one more time. Let us see if it stops on its own. Okay.
Okay.
We'll just test it today.
Yes.
If it is 40-minute limit, let it end on its own. Okay.
Mm.
Anyhow, we are going to restart the next class. Okay.
Yes.
Just in case if it continues, we'll come to know that again the time limit is taken out. And now the voice is clear, Sharon?
Yes, sir. So in
very
between, I guess because of network problem only that
maybe possible. And a couple of times I look down also.
Yes.
Then also it will not be clear. Who asked the question? Was it a Vaishnavi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I cannot hear her voice anyway.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Who is it?
Akshay Pujari.
Akshay Pujari.
Akshay Pujari, yes, please ask.
Sir, I didn't understand about the depreciation, sir. Tax saving due to depreciation.
Okay. See, this part is at least okay, right? Return down value method, how we calculate 20% tax on reducing balance. Okay, now.
Yes, sir. But why only 4 years? For only 4 years?
That I have taught in the class. Do you remember? Why only 4 years?
Need to find out the value of the 5th year.
No, read this. Can you see this? What I have highlighted?
Yes, sir.
Can you read it out?
Assuming the company does not have any other in the block of 20%.
So, okay. So if there is no other asset, or if there are no other assets in the block of 20% rate of depreciation, so what has to be done? In that case, in the terminal year, means in this case, 5th year depreciation amount will not be calculated.
Considered.
And if there are other assets in the block of 20% rate of depreciation on return down value method, in that case, even in the terminal year also, we have to calculate depreciation amount, which we did it in replacement situation. Concept is clear, Akshay Pujari? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, it seems. So he has some network issue.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I think 1 minute is remaining just before I assume.
Yes.
Okay, so if there is no other assets in the block of 20%, means other assets which are depreciated at the rate of 20%. If there are no other assets which can be depreciated at the rate of 20%, in that case, in the terminal year